Hey guys and ghouls, this is Nisha with Scattered Mind Central, and happy Halloween! For this episode, we decided to sit around the campfire, aka the laptop and the microphone, and share some of our own personal supernatural experiences and how much of a cynical asshole I am and all of it. So go give us a listen, and any feedback is greatly appreciated. We are everywhere on the internet. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Just go search Scattered Mind Central on Twitter and Facebook. It's at ICBWF. Please, and if you want to share any of your personal experiences, please do so. We love to hear what everybody has to say. So give us a listen. Happy Halloween, and if you get drug candy, let me know.
Thanks for all the fish podcast.
That's not what it is. I can't believe we're friends podcast. Thank you and welcome.
Why are we friends?
Ew.
I am still coming to that conclusion.
I'm going home.
I don't know why any of us
Oh
like
yeah,
any
Jimmy's
of
been
us.
here for over an hour. He's got to leave now.
Oh, he's got a bail? Yeah, figures.
Oh, wait. You start. I got some time.
Dinner's not done
The
yet.
food's not done yet.
I thought you were.
Fucking asshole.
I'm just looking forward to the garlic bread, okay?
Like my shit's all fucked up, so
Oh, okay.
Gotta be able to spread out.
What?
Woo!
I almost saw you
What do they
moving your
call it
wrist
now,
like my
the
shit's all
main
fucked
spread?
up.
No,
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
not man-spreading.
Oh, I have no idea.
I heard
I'm
somebody
gonna
say
say it crisscross applesauce.
Was that you that told me that? I'm not man-spreading or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Apparently that's the thing
that's
now.
a thing. That's
What?
totally a thing.
Hold on.
Man spreading.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you sit down
So you're not
and
struggling
you're
your
like
nuts.
this and shit, you're taking up more space than a woman would.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
man spreading, and it's become like a point of contention for fucking quote unquote feminists.
I'm gonna do it just
Can we
to
not
piss
use
bitches
that
off.
term because I'm a
But
feminist,
that's
but an actual
what they
feminist?
called it. That's how they identify. You of all people should respect them.
So
that
if a
they're an
woman
actual
says like
feminist.
because you hate people with
But the
dicks.
reason women can't
Yeah,
shit like
I
this
do.
because we don't
Especially
want
you.
the smell to come out.
I'm fine with I'm fine with the smell. The smell's fine with me.
So you're saying I smell?
Take a bath,
No.
bitch.
Why would you go? God.
Alright, look, cunt. I take a bath. So you go fuck yourself.
No, the funny thing is that I've been calling him a cunt like all the
weekend,
time now.
all weekend.
Because he said something mean.
You know what's
not
funny?
Last
You
weekend.
can tell that he's starting to not like the word cunt because it's being.
It
told
doesn't
to him
bother
so
me. It
much.
really doesn't.
No,
I
'cause-
love the word cunt.
Because last weekend he was saying just some. I forgot what it was. To be perfectly honest, I was like, I looked at him. I was like, you know what? You're a cunt.
What is it? I remember
And then Mandy cracked up laughing, of course. because-
Coke 45. After man at the intro, I was like this. I got
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you?
no,
talking
no,
about?
no,
liquor?
no.
I would say that shit's gross.
It's a song. When he goes like, he starts with a joke. He's like, a blind man walked past a fish market. He stopped. He said, "Good morning, ladies."
It's an old joke.
That's where I heard it from.
He's not up on the
We can tell some terrible jokes if
black
you want
culture,
to, but
as it were.
That is not the purpose of this
I can tell some
podcast
jokes
today.
that offend the fuck out of Nisha.
No, we're telling personal stories, and this is personal to me.
It
pussy
was so
stinks?
scary.
What?
Your pussy stinks? Is that?
Watch
Yeah.
your asshole.
It is pretty scary whenever it's like,
Fucking- yeah.
I get told, "Wash your taint, motherfucker."
well,
By who?
You.
Oh,
She's
Oh,
fine.
way to ruin the fucking joke.
She's fine with your dirty taint.
Take me.
She loves your dirty taint. So who the fuck's telling you that? I'm with her.
Gabriel wouldn't tell you that because he's not going to blow you.
He's like, I don't want to be called cunt again. I'm going to side with her.
I
Maybe
may
he-
be tiny, but I am fierce.
He's like, maybe he called a cunt this time.
I
I
get
don't
called
know.
that a
See,
lot.
for you, it's bitch. because I know how much that bugs you.
That the fact that she took your nutsack fucking how many years ago?
What, it's been 3 years? 4 years? No.
Well, no,
Married
they've been
4
together. I was going to
years.
say they've been together.
Does she
longer
keep
than
them in a jar hidden under her bed?
For the nut
Put
berry.
it in that pocket.
Oh, wait, you don't carry a purse.
Nope.
Okay.
It's in her left pocket.
In her little pocket.
It's in my little.
She keeps
Pop
it in that
socket.
little side pocket where you're supposed to put
Making
your
it
hands.
smaller, smaller.
Because they're super small.
And there's only one of
I
them.
have room for my lip gloss too.
Oh.
Jesus.
So it's like the whole package right there.
No, her lip gloss is bigger.
She wants to put the lip gloss in her face.
Y'all are making me think of the movie The Heat.
Why am I a single podcast?
You can trace it back to this one episode.
So this is
okay
it.
for
This
you
is
to
the
give me
line.
Shit, but.
What?
I
It's
can't
me
give
giving
you
shit
shit.
back. You can't take it. Get in the kitchen.
She can take all 1 inch of you.
She's going to murder you for real.
But I can't
You're
talk shit.
exaggerating in
I'm
it.
supposed to just take it? I'm tired of taking it.
Take it, Barry.
Take it, Barry.
Take
It's
it.
not International
Oh,
Women's Day.
honey, you're gonna take it all night.
Oh.
I'm going to buy all of them strap-ons whenever Christmas rolls
I
around.
know what everyone's getting for Christmas.
He's excited for us.
Getting all of them.
Yeah, he was when we
Does
got
that
it.
include you? Or something?
So,
I'm down. I don't give a fuck.
Like every single one of us is gonna have a strap on, and we're just gonna have sword fights.
You
Well,
guys are gonna
technically
have.
she already has one.
I have one.
Yeah, technically she already has one.
so we're,
Strap-ons?
I have nada.
What's the point of this show?
I have no idea.
Girls with strap-ons, apparently. Fucking-
Strap-ons and gender.
The-
We're talking about personal experiences.
fighting.
So,
apparently,
So
we
I'm always
got
got
this.
this.
My dildo is haunted. No.
who was it? Was it ABK?
Yes,
Your
haunted
din's
and
haunted? Yeah.
that's what popped up YouTube. Okay.
Sometimes my
I'm glad it's
husband
not-
disappears
Yeah.
and I hear,
Okay, it's not just
So,
See,
as Robert said,
Then it spews ectoplasm.
all right.
see, I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is what happens when you let them talk.
Oh, says the man who talks about trannies in almost every single episode.
I haven't mentioned one tranny in the last 2 episodes we've done.
That's because
And
we
I haven't talked
recorded
about my
today
dick.
and yesterday.
Well, yeah. Well, 3 then, including this one.
You talked
This
about
is
sex
6
drive
minutes
before.
in.
More about
Well,
trees.
this is a
That
new
was new.
episode. Somebody might not listen. Anyways,
And just because I'm talking
in
about my dick
today's
doesn't mean we're
episode, as
talking about
Robert
sex.
said, and we're getting stepped all over, we're talking about personal experiences.
I
Gabriel,
think
what's your
it's
personal
funny-
experience with a training?
I think it's really funny that
They
he was
hurt.
talking about people getting stepped all over, and he's the one that always steps all over everybody whenever they're talking.
You do.
Hey,
You do.
you know what?
He does.
No, I don't.
And at least
Bullshit.
Gabriel
Hey,
just
let
limits
me
it to
finish
Mandy.
talking
You
right
step
here, you know
on
what I'm saying?
everybody.
I
Okay.
try not to speak
Hey,
over my
you know what?
wife.
I'm trying to get this thing started, alright?
All
We're
right,
talking about
get it
personal.
started.
whatever. Those jokes that you
Let's
tell
get it
about a
started.
woman's place, I feel like there's some truth to
I
it.
haven't told those jokes in a minute.
People, whoever
This is
listen to
last
this, like, please shut the fuck up, and just one person at a time.
Just start the fucking podcast.
We're warming this thing up, alright?
We're sorry. Who listens to
You
this?
gotta blow
Crystal?
on the tips
Crystal.
to
We're
get
sorry,
it working.
Cole.
Cole
Okay.
does. I don't know anybody else who does.
Angie.
Mom listened. Yeah, she said she was trying to catch up.
Sorry about that, but you know how the fuck we are, so.
About to say it's
This
not
is
good.
I mean, if you're mad at
I
us.
Can't Believe We're Friends podcast. I'm Jimmy.
Are you?
I'm maybe.
I don't know. dude.
I'm Ariel.
Since we're introducing ourselves, I'll do hand signs. Y'all can't see it.
Yeah, they can't see hand signs on
Alright,
fucking radio?
Silent
Or-
Rob.
Southern Rob.
It's the only time I've ever been called silent in my entire life.
I think it's the only time you've been silent.
And I did it on purpose because he was being a dick about it.
Alright, Robert, Ariel, Nisha, Gabriel, Mandy, and Chris in the kitchen.
He's
Chris is
making
cook-
skitty.
He's cooking like a good little wife.
Got a 15-year-old fucking cooking
Yeah.
dinner for us. It's awesome. It's like all those
Unlike-
years of training.
Why,
have come
why
to
don't you pay
fruition.
attention to the food that's
Oh.
on the stove instead of
We almost burnt down
Looking
our
this way.
house
You're not-
this week.
you're
Again?
looking this way?
Yes.
How?
Because our children, God love them,
What
forgot
God?
that there were goddamn pizza boxes in the oven.
Oh.
And when he turned the oven on broil to cook hamburgers, the cardboard boxes caught on fire.
Nice.
Why do you have pizza boxes in the oven?
Because we were waiting.
Oh, you
for
tossed them
him
in there.
to keep them
I got you.
warm
I
so
got
that
you.
he
All
could, because he hadn't gotten home yet. Well, they forgot to put it up that night, so that was like $16 wasted. But
forgot.
anyways, yeah. So he goes to turn the oven on, and I'm like, "What is that fucking smell?" Sure enough, the cardboard box is caught on fire.
I could have sworn you were going to say he was making.
He was
Whoa.
making wings. He was
No,
making
because
wings.
we've got the air fryer now, so he don't have to do shit.
Well, the
My
pizza,
buffalo wings are
That's a good
flaming.
move.
the pizza would have been reheated.
But it had been sitting out all night, so food poisoning. Not gonna deal with that.
Well, it's pizza though.
It's not food poisoning.
No.
I'm sure that the fire
I
sterilized
have
it.
done the food handler safety thing for the last 20 million years.
So send your questions to Ariel at iCloud.com.
Ariel money at
Oh,
iCloud.com.
there you go.
She took your last name, remember, bitch?
I did say.
You did wife her.
You wifed her. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked
I didn't fuck up. Did not.
So anyway, this one is this one our final October one?
Yes.
Happy Halloween!
And this one will be coming out on Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloweenies! Sorry.
Weenies?
Happy Halloween.
Halloweenies.
Sounds German.
Stop trying to make it happen.
No, I wanna.
I'm bringing it back.
Just like
Sorry.
fetch.
Little side note of Halloweenies. I saw something on Pinterest where you take like biscuits and you wrap.
Dicks around it.
No, you wrap. You take strips of it and wrap hot dogs with it, so they look like mummy hot dogs, but they're like
Nice.
pigs in blankets.
That's so cute.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to do that for Jason.
Just little
So-
Halloween food fact or food
We're talking about personal experience.
You sound
with
like a chick,
supernatural stuff.
Supernatural. Super, thanks for asking.
Super.
I'm super.
Not
Thank
super
Ryan.
homo, supernatural.
Anyways,
Oh, damn it.
who
Well,
we're
we're
gonna... Mandy, you're gonna start this off.
No.
Ariel, you're gonna start this off.
Okay. So
Robert, you're gonna start this off.
What?
Dick!
You're an asshole.
God.
Number one, not number two.
No, you're number two.
Anyways,
Big
so
two.
my grandfather died when I was about 10. And he died in my grandmother's house. About a week after we buried him, I was over there visiting her, and I saw my grandfather come out of the bedroom. Scared the shit out of me. Didn't think anything of it for the longest time, but I now remember back. I always say, every time I go to my grandmother's house, I see him. So I think that my grandfather's still there. Nobody else sees him. Nobody in my family, and they all think I'm crazy because I see him all the time, but I believe he's still in that house. So,
Were you especially close to him?
oh yeah,
Then that's probably why you're the one.
very
to see
much
him.
so.
That's fine.
Like,
That's creepy.
it's very creepy because,
So you said you saw him in the first week after he passed.
yeah.
How did you feel when you saw him? Were you
I was-
scared,
no.
or were you?
I was,
Comforted, probably.
yeah,
Like it made you feel at ease.
yeah.
I
It
think
was
the only
just like-
scary part would be knowing that person is no longer alive and you're seeing them again. Initially,
thinking back, now that I'm an adult, I
Like-
should have been more freaked
like,
out, but I
shit.
wasn't.
Why?
It was, I don't
It's
know.
peaceful.
It is, but
Did he
But
say?
we're taught to
ha-
fear.
he didn't say
shit like
anything.
that.
To
He
me,
just
it's
looked
like
you don't
somebody
understand.
saying goodbye,
Okay.
or I'm protecting you. You know, Creoles and the Haitians and shit believe that your soul leaves days before you die to come say goodbye to the people that you've done wrong or that you fucking love and aren't will be able to say goodbye to. So I think that's pretty.
Yeah, that's a.
well,
There's accounts about that, like before somebody
There-
dies.
there are a lot of
see,
people,
I knew
especially
that
especially
he
in
had
New
passed
Orleans and
even
shit
before
like
they
that.
told
Like,
me. I don't know how, but my dad came to wake me up the night that they told me, and before he even was able to say anything, I was like, "Grandpa's gone, isn't he?" I was asleep. It was like
And there's
3
no
o'clock
way
in
you
the
should know
morning, and my dad comes in, turns on the light, and he's shaking me awake. He's like, "Honey, I need you to wake up." And I woke up out of a dead sleep and was like, "He's gone, isn't he?"
That's
So-
creepy.
So, Robert, you said you had a story kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
it's the one that I've told before. I mean, Grandma's mom died, and I remember laying in bed looking up at my ceiling, and I saw like a cloud form And it was like dark cloud, obviously, and it's like started taking the shape. And the way that I've always explained it, whenever I saw Devil's Advocate, is the mural that he's got on the wall, and it just starts taking like human shape and shit like that. And it turned into Alita, and I see her, and she tells me everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be okay, blah 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 blah. Because I couldn't go to sleep for whatever reason, and I went to sleep directly thereafter. And then I woke up the next morning to hear Grandma crying because they found out she had died the night before, or during the night, or whatever it was.
Does anybody else have an experience like that?
I've had people die, but
Never came to visit you.
I had something with like the smoke thing, but it wasn't nearly as comforting. Mine was just I was laying on my bed, saw the smoke like swirling, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." And so I just kept staring at it and saw a face start to appear, and it looked like an old man with like a longer nose. He looked kind of creepy, and then that kind of creeped me out. But then once I saw the hand reaching down towards me, that's whenever I really freaked out. And you know, like kids do, put the covers over my head because that's gonna, you know,
safety
protect
safe.
me.
Oh, yeah.
That is a safe.
You gotta make sure your
It's
feet are out.
impenetrable.
If your feet are out, you fucked up. You broke the goddamn
I want to
barrier.
get back to a smoking thing because me, Robert, and Gabriel had an experience
I've
with
never
that.
seen ghosts.
We're going to get back to that. Anyways, I want to talk about my first kind of experience and stuff like this. And this is when I was really younger. This is one of my first memories. And
One of the ones that's like burned in your memory.
yeah,
type shit.
I think I had a past life. Because I constantly had this dream. And I was actually in a Holocaust. And I died in one of those
Internment camps.
internment camps. And the reason I think I did this because I had I don't have it. I hadn't had it in a long time. But what happens is I go into this room, right, with me and a couple other people, and right, and all I see is just ash and skulls all around me. And then as I'm standing there, this is before I knew about Holocaust and anything
Or
like that.
saw Schindler's List or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck.
I had to be about 4 when I first can remember seeing this. Going in there, and then all of a sudden, smoke comes out. And I remember can't breathe. I remember me grabbing my shirt, reaching for walls, trying to get out, trying to breathe. I never actually died during the
You don't remember
Dream.
dying.
The dream.
No. I did die in the dream. I don't remember dying from the smoke inhalation from the whatever they used the chemicals they used. I can't.
Gas.
Yeah.
The gas.
Well, yeah.
I didn't die.
Depends.
I
It's
didn't die.
chloroform, there's all kinds of different.
I didn't die
gases
from
that
the
they use.
gas. What killed me when they set fire in the building in there. So when that happened, that's how I died. I died still alive, suffocating, and I burnt to death.
What the fuck?
That's my first memory. And then as I
That's my
got,
first memories.
no, my first
Jesus.
dream memory.
God.
And,
And
it
then I
was,
saw this white light.
and then it was ongoing. It was keep on ongoing for a long while. I never knew what it was. And
You know,
then
devil's
stopped coming. But then as I hit about junior high, that's when I learned about the Holocaust. And I was like,
You didn't learn about the Holocaust till you were in fucking junior high?
yeah, about.
Holy shit. MISD
That-
let you down, bro.
I don't remember when they started teaching.
I was in
us
elementary by the time they started talking about
I don't remember it was in school or something. I saw something about it. But then I was like, I lived that. I remember that happening. So that was one of my first experience. Something happened in the Holocaust for me. That's why I remember. And it was an ongoing dream. So I think that's why it's like, maybe I was, I guess I was Jewish maybe in my past
Possible.
life. So,
That is true, because you're pretty fucking cheap now, so that's not really surprising.
For my family, man, anybody that knows me knows most of what's happened. If you don't, then you don't fucking need to know. My uncle was killed when I was a kid. It was probably 2. And it was not a nice death. And it was at the family ranch. And I remember being about 6 or 7. And I woke up seeing this cat that I didn't know, but I wasn't scared. I felt comfortable. And he just kind of smiled at me and just kept on walking. And I was sleeping in Grandma's room, looking out the window, and I seen him walking by. And the next day I was fucking freaked out talking to my grandma about it. And, you know, I didn't think about it. And the way I described her, she was like, that's your Theo. And I've
Uncle
always always
For the uneducated.
Yeah, I've always felt really safe at that house. Like it was protected. And the family, like my grandma, believed that he was protecting that house. He protected our family because it was not a nice death at all, dude. But somehow or another, it wasn't malicious. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was always
Comforting.
just a safe place. Yeah, it's a comforting place to me. To this day, I can go over there, and I'd probably still feel the same. It's one of the few places I feel at ease, and I'm safe there. It's funny. That's one of my earliest memories that I remember. I have a lot of them, but
I'm about to say, some of the experiences we've all had together.
I've got a fuckload of them way before we ever knew each other, but still.
Like, I can go back around... It's the house that I live now. It's my grandmother's house.
Oh, fuck that house.
But when I was a kid, I remember I thought I had some kind of power when I was first. Because I remember when I was a kid, I stood in front of an iron. It was unplugged, right? And I was going, and I was thinking, turn on, right? Just sitting there. I don't know why I was thinking this, but I was thinking, turn on. Then all of a sudden, it went, like, it heated up and steam came out. And I was like, what the fuck?
He's that kid from fucking Accepted. I want to blow shit up with my mind.
It only happened one
watching
time.
a lot of Star Wars.
I wasted my one time turning on an iron. Get off! But also in that house, I used to be, I'm not now, but I used to be scared of the middle hall because I used to think there was something in there. I used to run past it all the time. But my first actual, I guess, paranormal thing, I was walking down an alley. And I remember telling Rowan when I was younger a long time ago.
Because wasn't it in the old apartments we used to live in?
Maybe I told you. I don't. But this has happened when I was a kid.
No, I'm saying, but wasn't it like right there by those apartments?
It was No, it was behind on the side of her house. I was going down the alley. I was running, right? I fell. But I didn't fall because I tripped over a stick. I remember seeing a hand grab my ankle, and I smacked, and I was hitting it to get it off me, and it went back into the ground. And that's my first kind of like paranormal experience ever. Something tried to grab me and pull me. I don't know what the hell it is. I never actually looked it up to see if anybody else had that kind of experience before, but that was my first kind of paranormal experience to me.
Have you ever had anything happen to you?
When I was younger, no. Well, the thing is that I don't remember shit from my childhood.
Except for like, the traumatic stuff.
Some of the traumatic stuff. I don't
and
even
even
think
that was like years later.
It was years later and in snapshots. It wasn't a memory.
Which is probably for the best.
Yeah. So when
it's
it
weird
comes,
how memories come back in clip shows like this.
Yeah, I hate it.
Most of my shit like that is whenever I was all fucked up on drugs or blackout drunk. I'm being serious.
No,
like,
I understand.
Most of my 20s.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why whenever you get blackout drunk, you can't remember shit. It's like a defense mechanism, so you don't remember all the fucked up shit you did.
Xanax and Oxycontin are a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Woo!
Good times. Anywho.
So
Xanax bars, Percocets, and Laura tabs.
There you go.
Yeah. So when it comes
what you need.
When it comes to like my first memory, I don't know what it was. I really don't. I'm the most cynical person when it comes to shit like this.
Whenever it comes to
New Mexico's perfect stomping grounds for fucking hauntings. Can I add that? Like, just
there's so
Not
many
Albuquerque.
from
New
so many
Mexico,
different-
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But it's Albuquerque. I
south,
wasn't
dude.
anywhere near like the cool shit.
Albuquerque still had fucked up shit happen there, I imagine.
Probably.
I've heard like a lot of the natives over there talk about like energy and shit. And they can
Yeah,
feel
but that's
something.
probably
over
around the
on-
reservation
yeah.
area, which isn't in the city.
Well, no,
which is...
I've heard them say things about Albuquerque specifically.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wasn't there long enough to know, like...
Because you came to Dallas or Texas fairly young, right?
Yeah, I was 8, 9, 95. However old I was 9. Sorry, I just realized.
How did you not do that math?
Because
Dude,
I'm
I
still
can't do
kinda
the math how old I was in 92, bro, so I'm not going to...
I was 10.
You were born in 84, 92.
Let me break out my digits real quick.
Oh my god.
You were 8.
This is a joke, bitch.
Depending on what
who else
I
has
gotta take
some,
off my shoes for this one.
experience? I'm just trying to go through
the Rolodex and shit.
I
Well,
have another experience
go
that
for
also happened. This was when I was younger than when my grandfather died. I was with my grandmother and my grandfather, and we were driving to church. And my grandfather's truck stopped for some odd reason, and we couldn't figure out what it was. He was trying everything, and I was in the back seat. That it was the 2-seater, but it had like the little fold-out seats that were in the back.
That face each other?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Hate
I was
those seats, by
sitting
the
in
way.
it.
Nobody fits back
Those
I
are
there.
didn't
not for
see
long-winded
anything,
people,
but
though.
I felt something. And I heard something say, tell them to check the gas. And so I told my grandfather, I was like, hey, have you checked the gas? And sure the fuck enough, he was out of gas. But it was just weird because they're like,
Did it
how
not have
did
a
you
gas
know that?
gauge?
Well,
I will say that nigga sucks. As being
I
a
don't
mechanic.
know, but like, I was probably like, maybe like 5.
Yeah.
Did someone revoke his man card?
Hey.
That's the first thing you
Hey.
look for whenever the car stops.
My grandfather was awesome. Okay, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. But they asked me how I knew it, and I said, I don't know. Somebody told me to tell you to check the gas. And they're like, who? And I'm like, I don't know. And they chalked it up to, oh, it was God telling you. And I'm like, I don't
Why
think
would
this
God
was
give
God.
a shit about
right?
gas running
Yeah,
out?
so
Just
I
like,
mean,
yeah, the
for me,
petrol, nigga, go ahead and
God
check
was
that
like,
shit real
no,
quick.
Yeah.
I'm, you know.
But
maybe
I
not
was,
well.
you know, I was young and I was like, I don't know who
Ain't
it
nobody got no
was. But
snacks
I
on the
remember
petrol?
feeling this, it wasn't an ominous presence. It wasn't anything. It just felt very peaceful. I was very just like, calm. And they were like, okay, check the gas. So I was like, okay, Grandpa, have you checked the gas? And sure in the fuck enough, it was the gas.
I mean, I've always had stuff like that. Like, when I was in my first marriage, we were leaving somewhere, and I said, hey, you need to be careful,
Yeah.
driving. Just be careful. And he didn't listen, and he ended up getting a speeding ticket. So there's been stuff like that, but
Oh
I just
shit! If you're talking about stuff like
yeah,
that,
I
there's
don't, I
a
don't,
ton
I
of
don't,
fucking
I
stories
don't,
like that.
I don't think of that as supernatural. That's I guess it could be, but I don't really think it is.
'Cause I think
But I
that-
mean, I guess for me, it's because I actually heard somebody
Yeah, I didn't
say,
hear anybody
Yeah.
say, "Hey, you need to be careful
Yeah.
driving."
It's more of a premonition type of.
Yeah,
gut
Like, I've had
feeling.
plenty of premonitions.
Yeah.
Like, when I told my ex-husband, hey, we don't need to stop at this Taco Bell. I have a very bad feeling. But we still stopped, and my...
Instant diarrhea.
No. No, we were in there for less than a minute, and somebody broke into our car and stole my purse. But my purse had nothing in it. They didn't take his wallet or cell phone, which had over $800 in it.
Well, that's good.
That's weird.
But it's like, everybody has that to where they're like, oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't
Yeah.
chalk that up as supernatural, but shit,
Yeah.
like where I actually hear somebody say, hey, you need to check the gas.
I've
and
never
it's just
heard, I haven't had anybody come visit me, or I haven't heard voices.
But see, you're thinking of like waking shit. Like, you've told me dreams about people that you've had that went to see you.
See, but
So
but
Sonic said
my
those are haunting
cynical
also.
mind is that someone coming to see me, or is that just
Why
me?
would you randomly pick that person in your subconscious to have them visit you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's been times where I've had dreams about Tyler, and then the next day there was like a significant event that comes up in my memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, shit
But,
like
like,
that
okay.
does happen. I don't dismiss stuff like that.
Like recently, I've had dreams of Jody, but it's on my mind. It's, stuff like that. So is
But
that...
how do you know that that's not...
How do you know it is? See, I'm so cynical when it comes to this. Maybe it's just, we have his picture up. We have stuff of his around. So is that
To getting into the
someone coming to visit
scary
you?
fucking,
Or is
oh,
it...
there's a heaven, there's a hell thing. Maybe it's just him saying it's all right.
Well,
You know
no,
what I mean?
because in the dream that I had, he didn't interact with me at all.
But that's the point. It's like, he's telling you,
He's
I'm there no
okay.
matter what. Like,
I'm
it's
all
fine.
right. Yeah. Because that's what I felt when I seen my Theo, dude. That smile was just, we're all good.
Like,
And I had
everything's
no
chill.
idea what happened to him. I didn't know what happened to him until I got way older. But it was peaceful. It was a peaceful feeling. But we're going to talk about Boone's house. I want to hear what y'all experienced
Oh,
at
that
Bones
fucking.
House. Because I've had several accounts, several things that
I
have
was
happened to me
gonna
since I was
bring
a
up
kid. but-
well, that's around the same time the stuff in my house been with. So I guess
well,
because
yeah,
I didn't have
because
any. I
that's
don't
when
remember
we
any
all
more
know
kind
each other.
of things besides the UFO things.
But once
which we
again,
talked
like
about
my
already.
main thing is, it's not. It never happened to me until I opened myself up, and then once I kind of shut myself off,
It
you know,
stopped
stop. It's not like I still feel shit, but it's not as prevalent. I don't notice it because I choose not to notice it. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, like
You're,
I had
you're intentionally blocking it out.
Yeah.
I've
have
had
to, 'cause
somebody
if
with
not,
me
that shit
since
sucks.
I was little, but I haven't seen him except. I mean, I've seen like glimpses of where it looks like somebody's passing by occasionally, but like whenever I was little, it was all the time, and like I could feel them standing next to me, like they were close to me.
Like
And
protecting you.
yeah, well, I guess
That they were there, not
Like,
necessarily malevolent or positive.
like because like I was saying, one of the times I thought it was him walking up behind me, so they had a mass
It
that
was
you
like
could
a
feel.
shape, a corporeal feeling. to
Yeah,
it.
like it felt like somebody had walked
Like
up.
a masculine
but
type
I was
feeling or
never
some shit?
scared of it or anything, huh?
Then I don't know why she would
Yeah.
think it was me if it was a masculine feeling.
That's true.
You're a dick.
Hindsight.
Goddamn.
Hindsight. But yeah, I haven't felt that except for like glimpses off in the distance here and there, and I don't even know if it's the same
Well,
person.
because you were telling me whenever
Since-
we were in that flat, what the fuck was the name? Those apartments that we were in.
What?
You had what the fuck was the name of the Prescott?
Oh, about,
Oh,
the
oh,
last
man.
one.
I was gonna
had,
say
like-
there was a couple of different apartments.
Because you could leave the door open and it had like a
I don't
small
know.
little bathroom in the master suite, and you could leave that door open and shut the bedroom door so you
Yeah.
had like more ventilation or whatever. She would always see like
I want to.
Like, I would
something
see
out
the
of the corner of
shadow.
my
I wanna get- I wanna
the
I would
shower
see the
curtain.
shadow in the bathroom, and I would
Whenever
think that he
y'all
was
were
walking
leaving
in
that
there.
place, last time I visit, I think y'all already split up. Y'all just split up. And it was just you and Gerald there. Dude, the energy was so fucking negative in there.
It was
I could not.
thick.
I could not come back to that place. That's the
No,
last.
yeah, it was. I vehemently agree with that. It was.
I could not because
Yeah.
I was like,
It was bad.
I was like,
It was suffocating.
I don't.
It was
I don't
hard
know
to
what
breathe.
it was.
It was
but
hard to breathe.
I don't know what it was, but the last time I was there, I kind of hung out for a little bit, but I couldn't hang out there for a little bit. We were watching the Repo Man.
Oh,
You know that
Repo,
car?
yeah.
Y'all were talking about and I was only there for about 30 minutes. And I was like, I gotta go, because the energy was, I don't know, it was just
Stifling.
It made
Stifling.
It made me uncomfortable.
I couldn't be there. I just like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's
You get in
because I
places
was
that
the
make
part
you
where
feel
Like, I think it was even daytime.
yeah.
And it felt dark in that house.
energy is
I was-
energy, dude.
I was
You
like,
know,
what
you
the
get in
fuck?
places where you feel angry for no goddamn reason. You have no idea.
No, I wasn't
why.
angry. I felt anxious. Like
Yeah, you
something
could
is
feel
about
scared or
something is about to
intimidated for no
happen.
reason also.
Something fucking is about to happen. And I was like, I can't be here because I feel like something's about to happen. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
Soul's dying.
Well, it's a
That's
good
what it
thing
was.
that you're a fucking ride or die type nigga for your friends. I'm just saying. dude.
Something's about to go down. Let
Some
me get the
shit's
fuck
fixing
out
to
of
go
here.
down. Let me get out of here. Fuck you.
they seem fine.
Just saying.
He's standing right now. Let me fucking get out of here.
No, it wasn't like something like I
It's
felt
just
like,
a bad feeling. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a
Super
bad.
bad
I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I didn't have that feeling until like near the end. Y'all lived there.
That's
There was-
because
there-
G
There was.
liked to suck the soul out of everything.
Well, that ain't the only thing.
And put it in his butt.
Wow.
But what you were about to say?
There. That whole time was like just. It was
It was
I remember
bad.
y'all telling-
There
It was
telling me
bad.
about-
thick, dark energy
You
because
told me-
there was a lot of negativity between me and her that started it, and then whenever you threw G into the mix of it and how fucking off he was,
Because I remember
it just compounded and compounded and compounded until there was just this heaviness around all of us all of the
He
time.
said it was after I was gone, so I didn't cause that.
She was like,
but I
not
remember
me,
at
not
that-
today.
Put that on me, Ricky.
I remember at the
Do with me,
beginning
motherfucker.
of the y'all staying there.
wash
like
my hands.
after a month, y'all were telling me weird shit was happening in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
shit,
it was
should be
almost
moved.
immediate.
Should be moved across. Should be knocked down.
What?
I just remembered something at the Seagoville house.
Which
Oh,
one?
I was wondering if you were going to talk about that.
the skeleton, and the
No,
I'm sorry.
lighter.
It was the lighter.
was a,
Okay, so
in
someone.
the garage, right?
No,
No,
this
it's
was in the
called-
It
house.
was awesome. I wasn't even there for that shit.
Ha!
I want to get. I don't know how we got
wasn't
off.
with
We
the
were going to
hooker
talk about
today.
booze, and we went off
We'll
to
talk about bones later on, brother.
Oh, I forgot that you guys
Trust me,
were.
that's a long story because you guys
So,
explain a lot of shit about
When
that.
we lived out in Seagoville, the house we were living in, we were sitting there with
An old friend.
an old friend, and
the snake that came out of the garage. Sorry.
Is this the same friend that we've been talking about?
no,
No.
Okay.
no, God no. So we were sitting
Oh, I
there,
remember this now.
and
Okay, yeah.
Something
And-
that got pushed onto me.
and the bookshelf that's in our room now was in the living room between
The kitchen and
the kitchen and the living room. And there was a lighter. It was a little yellow lighter, like the short, stumpy ones, that was sitting on top.
the
And
little big ones.
How
Yeah.
ironic that it was with her.
But we were sitting in the living room. No, and it was. This is before I had Logan, and I think that was a weekend that the kids were with
It
you.
was, yeah, they weren't there.
And we were just sitting there. I don't even know if we were listening to music. I know we weren't watching
wa-
TV because we
yeah.
were
We were
talking.
bullshitting about
So I think we were just like talking and listening to music or whatever. And out of nowhere, the fucking lighter flies across and hits the wall on the like facing it. So it's not like it hit the floor or just kind of fell off.
Vibrations. It literally
Something,
just
yeah.
Flew. And
I
then
had an experience at that house too. Sorry.
and then there was a Halloween decoration. I think it was the chick's head.
The one that had the hook and the chains and shit.
Yeah, I
The
forgot.
hook was going through her fucking head or whatever.
That's why I'm one of the things I was thinking of.
And then there was something to do with the dartboard.
Yes, that happened with me.
That's okay. But I don't
And
even
it-
remember what happened with the decoration, to be
The
honest.
decoration, it knocked off.
Yeah,
It-
it kept
it-
moving for something. Like it would be up and then it would be down, and it kept happening, like
Yeah.
more than once.
No, yeah.
I can't.
was really
I,
weird.
all right, the dartboard because I
What
came
was
in.
the dartboard?
I was in there, and now I can't really remember now because of my. But
Because
I
we-
remember seeing the dartboard, like something around the dartboard going boom, and I think a dart got thrown, but I'm not sure if a dart got thrown or something hit from the other side because I came inside to see if anybody was in the kitchen. Because
where we had the dartboard in the garage was
right when
where it would have been behind the refrigerator, so nothing would have been able to hit the wall.
I came in to check
Yeah.
because I heard boom, and then when I came back, I saw.
Just open the goddamn bag,
Pull the
Mandy.
Band-Aid, dude.
I was wondering what the hell y'all looking at. It caused me.
She was trying to be super quiet
Yeah.
about it.
I'm
made it
sorry
louder.
for
But I
interrupting your
remember.
story.
I remember
Damn it.
Meanwhile,
coming
she's gonna
back,
put nuts in her mouth and chews.
and it was a single dart in the dartboard.
And it
popped
flew
up.
back. I think
Yeah.
it flew back out.
It
like
flew
you,
back. No, I didn't throw anything. No one was throwing.
No,
anything.
it was the one that was stuck in there and it came back out.
Was it came back out?
I think that was how the
Okay,
story
I
went.
remember the dartboard because I remember coming in. Because remember I told you I was like, what, somebody. I came back in to tell you like, what's going on with? Is somebody in here? And I looked back and I was like, something happened with your dartboard. And
Yeah, you looked really confused about that.
that's all I dropped it at. I barely remember.
I think
that.
it was a dart that was already in there and you were in there smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, because
So darts were already in the board.
I was in there by myself.
and one fell out.
Yeah, I was
or
in there.
flew out.
I think I was in there by myself. Wasn't
Probably.
I?
Well, no, you weren't in there by yourself, but you thought.
But I just remember doing that. I don't remember exactly because
Yeah,
everyone
I
else
don't
was
know.
just confused the shit out of me.
Well,
I
no.
wasn't like thinking anything. I was just like, what the fuck happened?
And
there?
the thing is that in that house, I thought I saw a snake in there. I called animal control.
There was a snake.
No, that's a
in
different
the
thing.
house, not in the
It was-
garage. That
oh.
was on the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah, but
There
that was
was a
because
snake.
there was meth heads all around and somebody let their fucking snake out and it crawled up into the ladder.
But I thought I saw one in the house. Now, since
Slither.
there was one eventually in the garage, maybe it did happen.
But nobody could find it.
Nobody
Like,
could find the snake when I thought I saw a snake. And then out in Seagoville, I know somebody that's buried out there, and all the shit stopped when I went to go visit. Because
she had a dream. That was what I was talking about. You had a dream about her. You were like, I need to go see her since we're right here. You went up there, saw
And
her,
all the
and
stuff-
then everything fucking stopped.
everything stopped after that.
So we think it was her being like, bitch,
You
right
are
down the
right
fucking
here.
road."
Come visit me. Which,
But she doesn't believe in paranormal shit.
no, of course not.
So, alright.
So you think that they were like, take this fucking lighter and shove it up your...
Yeah.
Like, god damn it, come
Fuck
visit
your
me.
lighter. Well, no, because literally I went to go visit the gravesite, and everything stopped after that.
She made peace with it. Yeah. I vehemently believe that's what it was.
She was like, excuse me.
So,
Speaking of which, I should probably make that trek
Yeah.
back out there.
What's the Gabriel's haunted next door neighbor?
Haunted house.
Haunted
next door.
house? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't just the neighbor. The neighbor was actually a really nice guy, man. His
I
house was fucked
don't
up.
know, but I just know the
None of
experiences.
y'all knew him. He was dead
We-
by the time y'all would come around.
We just know about the experiences we had with his house. I did not like parking in front of his house.
It was always a weird vibe. Like if you pulled up in that driveway, you could just like see in. It always felt like somebody was staring back at you.
He was a good man. But he had his demons. He was in Korea in World War II. And them cats didn't talk about shit. They did what the fuck they had to, and they carried their demons on their back type deal. That's what I think most of it was.
It just manifest
Yeah.
after.
So,
Because I've had several
did
motherfuckers,
you
not
have
just you all, tell me that there was all kinds of shit that happened.
did you actually have personal experiences with it? Or no?
Never.
Okay, smart ass. Go ahead and...
I've had a few experiences. I was actually thinking when y'all were talking that I had one that actually kind of fucked me up for a second there. That's why I was so quiet. I remember when Chris and I were pill popping all the time, and I seen him walk into the kitchen, and he looked at me and was like, "You good?" I was like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm good. What's up, bro? You good?" And he didn't say shit to me. He just walked off. And I followed him into the kitchen, and I was like, nobody, no one was there. And I was like, what the fuck were you at? I know I fucking seen you walk into the kitchen just now. I go back to that nigga's room, and he's fucking choking on his own vomit. And I kind of turned him over, and he fucking let everything out. He was, he was breathing, but had I just left him there, he'd have fucking asphyxiated on his own puke.
Or had you not gotten up to
Yeah.
check?
Well,
why
I
the
was
fuck you
I was
said
walking outside. I was chilling in the living room, fucked up, dude, and smoking a cigarette. And at that time, my brother and I were fucking tight as shit. Like that was my whole world. It's my brother. That's my partner. But it's just fucking crazy to think, that.
You hadn't.
Well, yeah, had I not walked back there to just check on him, or had not just followed him to the fucking kitchen,
And then realized he
And
wasn't
just-
there.
yeah,
Like what the
yeah.
fuck?
and that shit was always fucking really crazy to me. He could have died. And I remember nights of checking his pulse and fucking making sure he was alive and shit like that. Like, it wasn't a good time for me. You know what I mean? We weren't really talking. Nobody was around. It was just me and my brother, and we were doing our thing. But, Nikki was around, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How'd that work out?
good at the time, I guess. There's some push to poke.
God damn it.
Lighten the motherfucking mood for me, because that actually kind of fucks with me a little bit. Boone, I remember when there are a lot of different accounts that I had.
And
over
this
there.
was your neighbor?
It was my neighbor.
Like
It was-
next door
next
or
door
like
neighbor.
across the
no,
street?
directly next
Okay.
door to me. It is really cool cat.
Across the street neighbor.
Just his
stick
house
under
always
his
felt dank, if that makes sense. Like it was heavy.
Yeah.
The air was heavy there. You know what I mean? Even when I'd go inside, like it was just a heavy air. But when Nikki and I had first gotten together, I remember we used to go over there. But by that time, Boone had died, and we were chilling next door. Because it had bushes all around the fucking patio and shit. That way, nobody could be around. Nobody could see what was going on. We're sitting there doing our thing. I'm fucking 18. She's like 17. We're making out or whatever the fuck. I look back and see this cat fucking staring right out at us. And his fucking eyes are sunken in. It's like caverns. Like nothing. Just fucking... What's the word? Just open fucking sockets, dude. Yeah, just nothing there at all. And a sunken in fucking face is crazy looking. I was like, all right, bitch, we need to get the fuck out of here. It's like, fucking,
As is your right.
But you can't act like a bitch because you're the dude in the relationship. So it's like, hey, come on, we should probably get back.
Fool around in my room.
Well, let's get back and see what the dudes are up to because Bobby and fucking Money were there, of course, like they were every fucking night.
So
Yeah.
at first I thought
Why do you
I
have to
was
say
gonna
that
ask.
so begrudgingly?
I was gonna ask.
begrudgingly.
Was it a straight?
It was lovingly.
It's begrudgingly when this motherfucker stares in on you trying to get some pussy. That's when it's begrudgingly.
Who, Jimmy?
Not me.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm
man.
sorry. I
That's
was
not
like, why is
surprising.
people
I thought
having
you were
sex
talking
with
about
a
an
little
actual
boy?
cat staring at you.
No, it wasn't a cat.
But then I realized you were talking about this
No,
cat.
yeah, it was a dude, man.
Yeah.
It was really tall looking cat or really tall looking guy. I'm
Gentleman.
sorry. Fucking like sunken
Well, no,
in
you're
face.
in a backyard, so it
But
could have been an
his,
actual
his
cat.
sockets is just sunken in fucking sockets. There are no eyes. It wasn't like it wasn't
Ghost Rider.
like a black eyed thing. It was just like the eyes were gone.
Gone,
There
yeah.
were no fucking eyes.
And
there.
if shit happens tonight after this, all of this conversation, I'm kicking everybody's ass.
I'll be a big puss cake. Let's do it.
You don't believe in this shit?
That's okay. We live in a haunted house, so if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to us.
Well, the thing
Good,
is
take
that
that shit over there.
they do say that whenever you talk about it in a place, that's why a lot of people don't discuss it. That it invites
It
things.
manifests.
draws it
But
in.
I would just like to point out that y'all said, "Hey, are y'all coming over to do this podcast with us? This is what it's about." So we're just
His idea.
It's
well, then
actually
you
all
can-
of our ideas.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
not my idea.
You don't believe in this shit, so you're good.
I'm just
Yeah, you
saying.
don't- you're
I'm
a
just
You don't
fucking
believe
saying,
sick,
nothing
right?
can happen, right?
Right.
right?
Just
I'm
like
good.
voodoo.
There's a lot of shit that I can barely remember. Like I said, I've shut a lot of
All
shit
right.
off.
It's been
Robert,
fucking 20 years.
I'm gonna let
basically,
Robert
since
tell
the-
the best story from there.
Which one?
The
The Kevin one?
yes.
The Kevin
Are you
one
talking
was
about
different,
the
'cause that's
one where
all of
he
us.
was freaking out at Gabriel's house or the one at your house?
The one with the
Boone's.
smoke?
At Boone's?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one.
That
But,
was. That
hold
was
on,
the
let
night-
me tell my
Okay,
personal experience,
go
and then I want you to tell that story. Sorry.
I want Robert to tell. Oh, wait, let me say.
Hold on, I just want when the last episode when we were talking about shy people, like thinking about like I keep on when I use park in the driveway, I could not look at that house anymore when I backed out
A lot of people had
Uh,
that vibe.
because
Because Roger fucking hated it.
Is
The
that front
fucking
window
Sarah
right there?
didn't
Is
like
the bay
it.
window right by the
yes,
Yeah.
there have been several times when I backed outright.
That the
Yeah,
lights
for-
come up and you see somebody.
See somebody,
Yeah,
see
everybody
somebody,
fucking
see
says
somebody there.
I've seen
It was
light
a-
walk room to room in that fucking house.
I seen lights turn off and on throughout the house. I
Does
saw
that
one
house
light.
even have power at that point?
By that time, it didn't.
I saw.
That was right around the time we broke into the garage.
I
Do you remember
saw.
that?
I saw
Yeah.
the light turn on from the back, like the kitchen area, go off to the garage. There was a light back there in that garage. Turn on, then turn back off, then come back in, turn off. Nobody's fucking there. But that house, but it was always a man that looked like with.
It was a masculine form.
It had a hat, and that's why I was like, maybe that my experience with maybe there was a shadow man, a hat man in that house to me because it's always sitting around.
So I'd never heard it described as a dude with a hat. It's
It's
never really
always-
a shadow.
It was a guy with a hat. Going back and really thinking about it, was a guy with a hat who just I was about to visualize, but no one can fucking see. But stand there and just kind of stare out. But when you only every once in a while, it's like when you look, it would be there. You turn to the side, you wouldn't see him. But then you look again, he might be there, might not be there. But it's a couple times he was there and not there. But all right, that was the lights.
Fuck you,
and
with
that.
mine, dude. That motherfucker was looking through me with no eyes.
Well,
See, I always saw a shadow figure. I don't remember the
I've never-
fucking hat aspect of it.
I've never seen.
But it wouldn't just happen whenever I would pull up in Boone's driveway. It happened whenever I pull up in Gabriel's driveway too. If it was late enough at night, I'd pull up and you look right there to the corner of that fucking house because if you're getting out of your car, that's where your eyes automatically go. And I would always see somebody like right to the side of the corner.
Well, you gotta
Just
remember,
kinda looking
fucking
there.
Bobby lived with me for fucking,
Yeah.
6 months? Some shit like that. Like, damn near the whole fucking school year at one point. You know what I mean? So,
There was
was a lot of
so
bullshit.
much weird shit.
then you got 2 testosterone-filled motherfuckers and it's like, dude, I gotta get the fuck away from you with my bitch. And we'd end up going over to Boone's house.
All right, I want Robert to go ahead and tell the story about that incident. Then also White Rock Lake.
What about White Rock?
I had it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
what
y'all
the
did.
fuck?
I think Gabriel said he had it.
I did.
But go ahead.
What are you doing? Oh, you're going.
This guy got a tinkle.
Go ahead.
Pinky's got a pee-pee, nigga.
I was waiting for that.
That's my favorite thing in the world.
I kind of want to go fuck with him while he's in the. Just go knock on the window and shit. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Let's go, let's go.
Go do it. Go do it. I want to hear him. Let's see if we can catch it on the microphone.
It better be quick because he's fast when it comes to taking a piss.
That's why he was trying to throw you up. You can hear him running through the grass.
It's too late.
Fuck you.
It's a good thing you wash your hands.
What'd it do? You did it, and as soon as you fuck you. That was pretty funny.
What'd you do?
He knocked on the window.
I scratched it first, so it made that.
Oh. Okay, so where do we begin with that?
All right.
Because I don't remember the order of how
All right.
everything happened. I remember everything that happened. I just
Okay,
don't
it
remember-
started off with me getting fucked up off Tidal PMs.
No, that was at Gabriel's house. The one at your house didn't start up like that.
I'm talking about Gabriel.
Oh, you're talking about the one we gave.
I wanna
okay,
get
okay,
to that point.
That story. Okay.
I want to get to.
Well, I'll wait till he
Alright.
gets back out here. That way he can correct me if I misspeak.
Because Gabriel was also at the one at my house too.
Yeah.
He's
It was really weird. Like strong
he
shit
start-
happened whenever the three of us were together. It
He
was really
started
odd.
that one at my house.
Did he start? I don't remember.
It
who
was
started
him starting it. I remember the conversation. We'll
'Cause
fill
I
in the
remember
blank, because I thought about making it kind of a short story about that.
Yeah, no, that was a weirdly
That was
fucking weird night.
But,
But
I
it's always
thought-
been really weird whenever me and him get together because shit, like, if both of us are open and we start talking about the shit, things start happening. And it's always creeping the fuck out. And it'll happen with just the two of us, but it happens stronger whenever you're involved, I've noticed. Like, if you've been there, it just, like, it amplifies it for some fucking reason. It's always creeped me out. I've always had a thing about threes, and for some reason, the three of us are...
Maybe I'm clairvoyant.
That's why you can't have a
No.
couple
You're
with just two people.
conduit.
Maybe.
That's why you can't have a, what? A coven?
Anyway,
Well, then it's just two gay motherfuckers trying to suck each other off. At least this way, I can just sit in the corner and they can fuck each other and it'd be
come play with my broomstick.
What about your
Broomstick?
broomstick?
You want to play my boomstick?
Oh, boomstick.
Oh, boom.
I thought you
No,
said
I
broomstick.
did say broomstick. Then I turned around
Like, no, let's make this not as gay.
Anyways,
Okay.
we were talking about the night.
Kevin's deal was
Well,
Oh,
he,
no.
he wanted to tell the entire story of that night.
that was when you broke up with fucking Raquel, right? Wasn't that her name?
Yes.
That was the whole fucking
Tylenol.
fuck women. Yeah.
Fuck women, we could just hang out with
Because
each
this
other.
is
He
because
went full fucking
it started.
steam.
It started off
Because you
because,
weren't even fucking coherent during that.
because
shit.
it started off because of that. That's how the whole thing started
And
off.
the
with-
weird thing was you would come in and out, and it wasn't like you were drugged. Whenever you would come out of it, you would sit up and be completely lucid for like a hiccup, and then back the fuck out smooth. And it was really fucking odd. Because you took
I
like
can-
fucking,
I remember
what was it, like
bits-
20 Tylenol PMs
I
or some
remember
shit like that?
bits and pieces.
It was something ridiculous.
It was a lot.
fun,
Y'all let me do it. I can't-
We didn't let you
You
do
did it before we got to
You
my
were-
house.
you-
You
we-
fuck.
No, I
we
know.
were-
I did it
No.
at your house.
No, you didn't.
Yes, because
No,
you
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, he did. Because
mom
he
had
asked
bacon.
he asked you if mom had anything for a headache or some bullshit like that. We went outside to smoke. We came back in and
Oh,
realized that he
that's
fucking took a
Yeah.
shit, and we were freaking the fuck out because
I would like to point out nobody called the ambulance.
Why the fuck would he call an ambulance?
because then we get in trouble.
He's a white guy. I'm dragging his bitch ass out into the fucking
It's
alley.
I was about to
Over
say
there.
it's a hate crime in
Shit
that
me.
situation. Even then,
Anyways,
but you're all fucked up on Tylenol PMs. We're
That's
just
the only time, might I add, that K-Dog ever went to my house.
Was it the only time?
It's the
Because I
only
thought he
goddamn
went
time.
another.
No, because he went to my house because he wanted to talk to Mom.
That's right. That's right.
And
And so he's over there. So it's one of the few times that the three of us plus y'all's brothers are all fucking there. Because Kevin was there, Chris was there. I want to say there was a couple other people there. I know the girls were there because
Yeah, but they had left by the time shit gone down.
no,
we had walked the girls
not
home.
originally because
y'all will let
he
y'all
was
walk.
passed the fuck out and he starts freaking out because
No, I'm talking about the other people that were there, or the other dudes that were there.
oh okay yeah.
And then we
Because
had
y'all
walked the
left me
girls
because
home.
I keep on cussing everybody out. And fuck girls, we need to be
and
boys.
you
and
sat up at one point and
I don't.
Kev had gone outside to do something, and we were all out there fucking bullshitting, leaving you the fuck alone to sleep on the couch. You get up and realize your ID's missing. You start freaking the fuck out about that, and immediately start blaming Kev. And we're like, dude, he's been with us the entire time.
Because I
There's
thought
no
I
way
had,
you
I
fucking-
thought I handed it off to him.
Yeah, and you kept blaming him, and we're like, no, he didn't fucking take it. He's been with us. How the fuck is he gonna take it? Blah 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 blah.
Is that where you were
No. Kevin stayed behind to watch his brother.
Yeah,
And you and I had
we
walked the
went to
girls
go
home.
walk the girls home.
Because
Yeah.
Nikki lived about 4 blocks away, so we walked
Is
them
that the
home.
one where he accused him for stealing his identity or something?
That's what we were just talking
And
about.
we came
So-
back.
Well, he did later on in life.
We had
but-
come back.
That ended up happening.
But
So
before
that
that,
came
in between
past.
that shit, before you started fucking with him, we came back and K-Dog was fucking balled up on the
was freaking
goddamn
the fuck
porch,
out. Yeah.
fucking crying. And it was like, all right, what the fuck's wrong with this pussy?
And he was like, "What the fuck were you guys doing?"
And he told me, what he had seen. And I was like, oh yeah, it happens.
That was that Boone house.
Yeah,
it
and he
was
saw
fantastic.
what I usually saw. He saw somebody right out off that fucking corner, but he saw something with red eyes.
I don't know whether y'all remember or not, but there's a lantern in the backyard of that dude's house. It's
Yeah.
an old school post lantern. And he said he's seen it lit and seen somebody standing by it and then seeing it go off. And somebody was standing right next to the fence where he was peeking in at, looking. And it's just fucking 4-foot chain link fence.
Yeah,
But it scared the fuck out of that kid.
Yeah.
And
And
he
Kev wasn't
refused-
the one to get scared
Yeah,
about
he
shit.
was a cynic like her.
Yeah.
But he refused to go back to my motherfucking house after that happened.
Yeah,
Would
he
not
was
go back to
super
my
creeped the
house,
fuck
to
out.
my mom's house.
And then in the process of all that, you're freaking out about your ID being missing. We're like, no, we'll look for it. We tear the entire fucking house up, all the outside, your car, the whole
Within
fucking
reason,
9
because
yards.
mom would have fucked us up had we had tore her house up.
Well, not literally. We were searching through the house.
Yeah.
We couldn't fucking find it. For
Everywhere
some
you
reason,
were.
Nick came back over after. I think she snuck out
She
or some
snuck
shit.
back out. come to the
And
house.
we couldn't find it, so we just give the fuck up. We're sitting on the porch. I'm sitting down on the steps. He's sitting in the chair. Nick's on his lap. And I remember just like looking back, and I was like, "Move your foot." And Gabriel moves his foot, and the ID's sitting right the fuck there in the middle of the goddamn porch for no fucking reason, underneath his foot. And it's not like
After you had blamed your brother and called him a fucking asshole
yeah,
and blah,
and
blah, blah.
like we were just sitting there, and it just fucking appeared.
Meanwhile, Kevin's dealing with his own shit. You're fucking with him about
Dude,
it.
I was cussing everybody out
You were
that night.
cussing everybody out that day.
I remember I cussed Robert out because I was like, "You're fucking about car. You're fucked up." That's the only part I actually remember saying it. I was like, "Why the fuck did I even give a shit?"
You never really came at me like that.
Did I say anything?
Never.
I didn't say anything to you that night.
You're the
Never
only
did.
one
The
that was
whole-
bigger than him.
The whole time we've known each other, you never come at me like that because I think you know how to hit you.
I'd have punched you in the fucking throat.
But you never have. We've never had problems like that ever. Bobby and I have
I was
fucking
about to
bumped
say.
heads several motherfucking times.
No, I don't.
I've
think,
No.
I've never fucking.
I don't think me and you ever actually. No.
Not really. You
Because
pissed
I've
me
gotten
off.
into it with both you fucks.
You pissed me off once the fucking whole time we've known each other, and that was it. And it was just like, you fucked up. I'm sorry. All right.
Okay, cool.
He's only pissed
We're
you
good.
off once?
Let's
Once.
smoke a bowl.
Like, where it's seriously like, he fucking pissed me off. Just one time. But,
I piss everybody off on a regular basis.
That's impressive. I do that like once a week.
she's a bitch,
I think it's more than that, honestly.
All right.
Probably.
So yeah. That,
Hauntings back to your house. All right.
I was gonna talk about White Rock, then we're getting to my house.
White Rock? What happened to you at White Rock?
Because you said you had an incident at White Rock.
I did have an incident at
I
White
think
Rock.
everybody has.
All right.
I haven't.
Since I've never been there.
Well,
I got
This,
bit by
this,
a
is,
man.
this is
I've been
is
there.
one night.
Underneath White Rock Lake is a dairy farm. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but there's a dairy farm to this day underneath it. And it's like, you go down there and it's actually fucking there. Go to the Wells Fargo next to White Rock and tell the whole story of it. got flooded out back in the day. They broke a levee and it fucking flooded out this little valley. And Dairy Farm's still there. Anyway.
All right. But, alright, what happened with me?
Knowledge is power.
What happened to me, I went to your house, right? Mom
Gabriel's.
said... Gabriel's.
You're pointing at him like
Sorry.
anybody can see
I
that.
went to Gabriel's house. Mom
Look at
said...
that over there.
Said y'all went out walking. Well, at this time, y'all were going to White Rock quite a bit.
White Rock.
White Rock.
That's when you snitched me out.
No,
Fuck.
this is a different time.
That's a different time. One of the times we snitched
Coincidentally,
you
the
out,
one
but
time
not
you
that
got pissed
time.
off at
No,
Jimmy.
she told me y'all out walking. I figured y'all went to White Rock. And then I was like, alright, I'm going to go. I didn't see y'all, so I was like, all by myself, I decided to go walk. I started walking to where that generator or whatever, the power thing.
The water plant.
The water plant, right? And as it gets, I'm getting there, right? And I start feeling something, right? As I'm continue to walk down there, right?
It's radiation.
Probably. I don't know what the fuck it
You
was.
can pick up on electromagnetic fields, and if it's generating power, it's going to have. pretty
Well,
heavy-
whatever happening, as I was continuing to walk down there, I started seeing shit on the side, not like in my peripheral. And I keep on looking, and there was nothing there. It was like in the tree lines, like somebody who like kind of stepped out from a tree, then popped back behind it. And I started kind of walking off. Then as I kept just see if I'm seeing anybody, right? And I should have never fucking done it by my fucking self, but what the fuck ever.
That's how people end up dead at the beginning of horror movies.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what's that sound? Let me go investigate by myself and not telling anybody.
Fucking white guys.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Let me
Who
run
are you?
upstairs real quick.
Can we be friends?
I'm gonna run in slow motion and go hide behind these swords.
But I just remember keep on seeing
Makes me think of that guy.
just things
Just hide behind the chainsaws. Sorry.
That's all I thought of.
I keep on seeing things just popping in and out as I keep on walking down. I could never spot what it was, but it was just kind of like, okay, maybe I just need to go back to my car.
Maybe.
But as I was walking back to my car, I ran into y'all over by the docks.
So do you think it was them fucking with you?
I don't know.
No, if I was fucking with
He accused that. I
He
remember
did.
that. Because
Yeah.
he was like, oh, you guys were fucking with me. Y'all saw me and y'all were fucking with me. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Really?
Because they
Yeah.
said they
Because
just
he
got
thought we
that.
had like flashlights or something. We were fucking with him. And I was
Fucking
like,
white people.
why the fuck would we do that?
Right?
And all we were doing was smoking weed. Why the fuck would we be active in that moment? Like, we're trying to chill, bro.
Yeah.
So did you ever see what was the lady or the girl that was supposed to
I never actually saw
No.
the lady of the lake out there. Never. I saw something, like there was a light or something that came up out of the fucking water and shit, but outside of that, I don't think,
Well, like,
I
there
can't
wasn't
think of-
anything even that big.
First
That
of all,
could've
That
been
was
like a
just the dairy
reflection.
farm.
First of all, with white,
The moo
Shine
cow
the
came up
flashlight.
and it was like, "Mrrr," and
Alright.
went back down.
oh, you hear like a fucking bell ominously in the
It
background.
starts smelling like
Ding,
steak,
ding,
and you're just like,
ding.
oh, I'm hungry.
No,
Hey, you gotta think about
dairy
ice cream.
farms don't
White
smell
Rock,
like
dude, there
steak.
was-
They smell like ass.
I think 3 plantations around that area. The Bella Nora
The
is
Bella
still
Nora,
standing.
everybody knows about
It's a
it.
fucking plantation. There's a plantation off in the back by Flagpole Hill that's supposed to be one of the most fucking haunted places in Dallas.
Supposedly.
And there's this weird castle-looking fucking house off on the corner. I don't know what the fuck that place is
I don't know what
called.
it's called.
That's another place that's supposed to be a plantation back in the day. So obviously, motherfuckers have died around there, which could make
Probably
sense
twice.
for all the flashing lights or whatever. But with the Lady of the Lake thing, so Carter, Bruja, me, and I think Roach would take off walking, and you stayed at the house with fucking Hambone with Jermone. Fucking snitch. Anyway, we fucking go off walking off to the White
Man,
Rock
your
Lake.
mom came and you like.
Don't
rushing
give me
at
that shit. Shut
Fuck
up.
you. You know you would snitch yourself
You
out.
knew the
with
deal,
your mom.
motherfucker. Shut the fuck
You
up.
would
Don't
snitch
say
your own
nothing.
goddamn
Be
self
like, I
out,
don't know
your mom.
where he went. He just
Bullshit.
left.
Bullshit. You would snitch
Anyway.
yourself out.
We fucking walk off over there, stoned than a motherfucker. And by that time, by the walk, I mean, shit, from Gus Thomason to White Rock, it was a good fucking hike.
Yeah.
So, by that time, I was sober and a motherfucker, dude. I think everybody was sober and just sweating shit out, fucking walking. It was right around my birthday. And, so it's in May. We go out, fucking hang out on one of the back docks that I like. It's the old tire dock that is off in the back of White Rock by Mockingbird.
Yeah.
And we go out there, and it's somewhat foggy, which is funny in the middle of May. But we see a fog kind of fucking floating across the water like it's coming in. And you see like a fucking form come up, and it is almost like, to me, dude, and fucking 19 years old, it looked like a broad. You know what I mean? With a white dress, fucking, like, it was floating right towards us. And it kept on coming. Like, the fucking, it looked like a woman's body coming all the way to us. And by the time it hit the dock, it just kind of dissipated and fucking went away.
That's crazy.
And, we're freaking out about that shit probably about 30 minutes later. You know, of course, it's like, oh, let's smoke a joint. You know, get that shit out of my
do
mind.
that, get right.
Yeah, so we fucking smoking everything, and then fucking Money comes up with my goddamn mom. Because he snitched us out and told her where the fuck we were. And it was like, oh, you fucking asshole. But on the plus side, I didn't have to walk back fucked up. So that was...
That was a plus.
Oh yeah.
Got a ride home?
yeah, pretty much.
Reminds me of the night you ninja'd.
So,
Oh my god, that was so funny.
so do you remember
Always have to do a
the
racist.
haunted tour that we went on in Galveston?
Yeah.
And the house that caused me to get so freaking
Oh my god.
like.
The atmosphere just
The-
by
yeah.
next to the house.
Get my flip flops off
So
your
it
feet.
was
They're already
this house
ripping.
that apparently devil worshippers had been doing rituals in.
I
the person-
have never been down there.
The other flip flop too, please.
Yeah,
I even have pictures of it, and looking at the pictures gives me the sick feeling that it gave me. But we were there, and the tour guide was telling us about the owner and how had he killed his family?
No. The kid jumped out the window.
Okay, the kid
because,
jumped out the window, but the whatever
a
the
spirit
presence
told him.
was that was there didn't like women and children. And I told him, I was like, I've got to get out of here. I can't be near this house anymore because it was making me physically sick. Like, it just was like a complete feeling of dread. And as soon as I got away from the house, I was fine.
There's a lot of fucking stories like that where people just feel this overwhelming sense of dread or something. that
And then
makes
we were
them
having to walk
Or
back
violence.
past it, and I felt it again as we were, so I was trying to like rush past this
all of a
fucking
sudden, you
house.
feel like bashing in your old man's head, and you don't know why.
No, I
The
felt like
weird
I was gonna
thing-
die.
One of the weird things was like when
That's
I was
just
standing
Tuesday
there,
for
one of
her.
my tooth. It felt like somebody was like jamming my tooth when I was around there.
If I was a betting man, I would say that that goes back to the electromagnetic field shit, and because that creates the feeling of dread that she
Anxiety.
had, and it
Yeah.
it fucks with like
It-
feelings and shit if it's at the right frequency. So
If you have metal feelings, it can
I'm not saying that's not
feelings.
supernatural because that.
I'm just saying that's
obviously
what
could be.
I'm
But
explaining how I felt.
yeah,
Well,
that's
even-
fucking weird.
Well, even behind hauntings, that they say that spiritual energy. I mean, it's still energy.
It's residual energy.
So,
supposedly. Yeah.
It could. I mean, there's science behind it.
They even put a picture of the devil.
I had a feeling of that overwhelming
Yeah, like-
sense of dread at a haunted house. One time, it was terrible.
Like a haunted house that we go to, like Cutting
That's
Edge,
it from the
or
front.
like
Cutting edge.
Like an actual Halloween haunted house,
Yeah.
or okay.
This is the
Yeah, I
front
had to have one of the
house.
workers show me the emergency exit.
And then like
It's anxiety to
they
build the
at
fuck up,
back
and I need to get the
porch
fuck
had
away
put
from
It
a
was
picture
there
of-
was people like touching me and breathing up
and
my
it's still
oxygen.
there.
I guess we're gonna finish up the episode with this story because I got a couple more stories. But the schools,
Oh yeah.
schools happened to me, and then after this, I think we're gonna finish up with that story with all of us.
All right.
All right. Like I think maybe one I talked about when I was walking down the hall, the door handle, right? When I had to nope the fact out. I think I
What
talked
school
about.
is this?
This was at Handy. When I worked there, I had three experiences at three different schools. At Handy, there was a door handle. I think I talked about it on a show before. I was walking down the hall, and all of a sudden, just a door handle started flinging up and down, up and down. No one's coming out of it. It was a electrical closet, right? And as I was coming down, I was dust mopping the hall because I was a janitor. And as I was coming down, I saw I hear. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? And I looked around, and I didn't see anybody. Then I saw the door handle going like somebody's about to rip the damn door off the handle, but nothing opened up. I put my dust mop, dropped it down, and walked off. I was like, "What?"
Fuck this.
I ain't got time for this bullshit.
Because I
I
don't.
paid enough for this shit. Dude.
I was like, I'm not going to deal with this by my fucking self. So I grabbed another janitor or custodian, whatever the fuck you want to
He
call it.
goes, "Ski?"
No. Hey, I was like, dude, come with me. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, this door handle, I think someone's in the school fucking with the door handle. We go back to it, right? And we looked in the electrical closet, no one was there, you know. But we also had the school check. There was no one coming out of that closet or anything like that. So that's one experience. Another one was
Did it happen again when you had someone else with you?
No. Only happened when I was just there.
So he thought you
Actually-
were crazy.
Probably.
I actually remember you calling me about that one.
It was fucking weird. I was like, what the fuck? Because I had to get somebody. The other one was at another school. And this is with a shadow person.
What school?
I don't remember the name of the school. I remember where the area is, but I can't remember the name of the school.
Was it a place you worked at?
I just started. I think it's like my second week is doing custodial work for the school district. And I remember somebody was like, I thought they were bullshitting, like, oh, this school's haunted. I was like, whatever, you know. And then I remember I was cleaning up, doing my stuff. And as I'm doing my stuff, I see, I was coming across the hall, and I saw someone in the corner of my eye sitting down on the bench. And I was kind of like, I was going to just ignore him, like, what the fuck, or maybe it's something working. So I had to go back. I went back. I didn't have to go back, but I went back to check it out just to see if somebody actually works there. Looked at it. It all I saw was like a shadow stand up and start walking off. And I walked off the other way because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I see a theme developing
I was
here.
going to say, that seems to be your thing.
When I see something I can't explain, no, I'm good.
The only white guy that's smart.
Except
Hey,
for
we just got through talking about how
We're
you
in the
don't
woods.
go going into the woods.
He
well, in
learned
the
from
wood,
that.
when you're in the woods, it's all right. So I was like,
They only have axes out there.
Right?
I was like, nope. And I walked off again. After I saw the shadow, I went and I was like, wait a few minutes. I didn't hear any doors or anything, anybody go out, so I went back to look, and there was nothing there. I had to ask anybody, I was like, do you see anybody out? Because there was another hall that went up this little hill a little bit more. There was another hall, and I was like, do you see anybody walk by us here? And she's like, no, I didn't see anything or heard anything. I was like, okay.
Great.
So, that's the one. The other one is at Richland College, and me and Gary worked, and this happened at the music area, right? I went there because one of the things I had to do was check all the rooms and make sure all the doors were locked, right? So I went to the music area, and this is before they actually told me it was actually supposed to be haunted. And we actually got
some handy information I could have used beforehand.
They hired somebody to work over there and never told them it was haunted. If we told them it was haunted, they said they were going to fire us.
Why?
Because everybody that had been told it was haunted fucking quit.
Yeah.
Because most of them had already felt or seen shit before that.
Yeah.
So
They had one dude that fucking worked there for a day.
and walked out.
And not even the full 8 hours. Like,
The
he worked
piano,
there for like a couple hours.
piano in the back room started playing by itself, and he quit.
Dude, I
Douche
would have
the
sat
fucking-
down and enjoyed the show.
Phone out and be like, this is the best show
He's
I've
not
ever
going to
seen.
kill you with a piano.
Doors
You can't
open,
even see his hands moving.
doors open and shut by themselves. So, but I had one experience there, and I told Gary about this. I went up to the second floor, right? And there's one staircase going up and down. There's no elevators. It's just right. I don't think there's an elevator.
There's an elevator.
There's
There has to be.
Okay, I don't remember the elevator because I went up there. I went up the stairs, went up to the floors to check the doors. As I got back to where I originally started, there was no fucking staircase. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, I guess I'm on the wrong side. I walked it 2 more times. Legit walked around 2 more times.
I remember that.
No fucking staircase.
It came
no,
to me confused in the
no,
motherfucker.
No staircase, no nothing. When I came around the third time, there was a fucking staircase where I was like, what the fuck happened? And I went to Gabriel. I was like, dude, I just went up.
Were you fucking with me? Did you take a staircase while I wasn't looking behind it?
I was like, dude, I just went up. I just
You put up a motherfucking wall, didn't you?
I just
You
went,
wily guy.
I was about to
Fuck out of
say
here.
I walked it. I was like, dude, there was no staircase, no nothing. I thought I got trapped up here.
I got trapped up here.
And
There's a
then-
hall that took you out to the fucking other place.
There was nothing there,
That's
dude.
crazy.
There was nothing there. That's why I was like, what the fuck? I didn't freak out or anything, but it was just
I'd have freaked the fuck out.
I freaked the fuck out.
it was just confusing as
How the
fuck.
fuck am I supposed to get down?
Okay, so I did go there for a semester, and I was in band at that point. I knew the band director that was there. And I never got any weird vibes from that place at all. I mean, I know it's...
You were also there during the
the
day.
But apparently, though,
Does it? I mean, if
Somebody-
it's haunted, doesn't matter.
Somebody
wouldn't you-
was stabbed in that at that school though. Like, legit
apparently the
stabbed. by that little water
Yeah.
area, you know, they have their own little lake.
Yeah.
Chick was walking out there and got stabbed to death.
Damn.
and that's supposed where the haunting actually is. But
Which is right outside of the music area.
Yeah.
So
likes
she
to play
attached
the piano.
Maybe.
or remove walls or stairways.
Or remove walls.
Maybe
I
she's
thought
a
you said
practical
balls.
joker.
Or it could have been
Bitch watched
something
a-
that
she walked
happened
a lot
in
of-
between the
watched a lot of
time that
Looney
you
Tunes.
went to school there and they worked there.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
it
went
happened
there.
afterwards. Were you the chick that got stabbed?
Are you really here right now?
No, I'm
Don't
not.
do that because she's gonna start having panic attacks about it.
Do her like this, go.
Well, she's got 4.
All right.
No, because I have this weird fear
She has
that
an
I'm...
irrational fear that she's not real. And she's
Yeah, that I'm not
hallucinating
real.
this.
And that this isn't real, and that I'm in
I'm
a
not the
loony
only
bin.
one.
That I'm in a loony bin, and I'm just imagining
I think
everything.
I'm dead.
But it's okay. I have
You
the
need a
same
better
fear, but I'm in
imagination.
a coma.
Oh, my favorite thing that I fucked the three of them up with is, you know how whenever you die, you're supposed to see your entire life flash before you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the life or are you in the memory?
Is this the memory, or is this your actual life?
Is that what deja vu is?
That's
if not, then you
checkpoints where
should
you
have probably
respawn.
fucking lived better, because this shit
Sucks.
I do not like being broke.
If I'm in the memory dying, thank
Start
God.
selling
'cause it's
pictures of
just
your feet online.
My feet. I have a Frankenstein foot,
I'm sure
I'm
there's
pretty
a
sure
fetish
there's somebody
for it.
that's into it.
probably. You
Or-
like broken toes?
Or you could pretend you're a girl and sell people your bathwater.
It's gross.
It's legit though.
I have
When was the last
standards.
time you took a bath? Like just a regular bath. I'm not shower, obviously.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
so we
our
took a bath.
bathtub.
I don't know. Why are you
Uh,
gonna ask me?
last 6 months maybe.
Really?
Back went out, so I have to take a bath.
Oh.
I wish I could take a bath.
In all honesty, a bath for me is my fucking legs hanging out of the bathtub.
Well,
And
yeah.
my back
I
touching
want
the
a
fucking
bathtub that's going to
bottom.
All
cover
of you
my
is not in
boobs
the tub
and my
no matter.
knees
Not
at the
at
same
all.
time. Okay.
And you try to get up and your back does that suction thing. Like fucking, you feel like you're going to kill yourself.
Just
So,
feel
like,
I
your
dunked
spine's
my
gonna
head,
get
my
ripped
legs
out.
are in
So,
the air.
do you know what year the chick supposedly got stabbed?
I have no idea.
Hold on.
I remember we had looked it up. And somebody had
Because
got
I
stabbed
went
at that
there fall of 04
school. I remember Money
for
had
one
looked it up, and he had
semester.
told me,
So,
Because we started looking into it like after everybody was like, "Oh, that place is haunted. That place is haunted." It's like, bitch, nothing even happened in the fucking music area. It happened outside by the water.
yeah, why would she go inside? Did she even play a musical
I
instrument?
fucking have no clue.
Did she even know construction and take away a staircase?
All places are.
Does she know how to put up drywall?
Apparently.
fucking license, bitch. What are you doing? That's
Right?
a load-bearing wall, motherfucker.
She better fucking start making repairs around this motherfucker for free.
All right. So
Can't pay a ghost.
you want?
There you go.
So do you
You're not
want
on
to get into
payroll.
our final story? You remember how it started off?
I remember everything from that night. That's one of the
Then
memories I have.
You started off, and
I
we feel.
I remember everything that happened, but I don't remember the order of everything.
I remember how it
Does I
started off.
remember?
You remember everything?
I remember a few stuff. I remember quite a bit. I remember how the conversation started. I remember the first.
Okay, then you start telling the story.
You remember it?
Go on, tell me.
Tell me.
Alright. I guess we're going to
Tell
start correcting
something
each other
good.
I
here.
think that's the way to do it, honestly.
Okay.
Well, my main thing is that most of that night kind of
Blacked out.
not really blacked out. It
Well,
circled
pushed out.
around a bunch of bullshit that I was saying, and
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
go on and tell me.
So we're in my backyard.
Not yet.
Huh?
Yeah.
You didn't start there?
No.
Okay, that's where it started for me.
It started in the living room.
It started in the living room.
No, it
whenever
started-
I was laying on the couch.
It started in the backyard for me.
Okay.
Okay, then y'all start. Right, start in the living room because I don't remember the living room.
In the living room. Did you find it?
No.
No.
There's
No,
something.
no, this is something completely different. Go for it. You don't have to read it right now.
I want to see it, bitch.
I can't even read it. I saw a picture.
Read it out loud so he can hear it.
First brought this story to you in 2015. Still
No,
creepy
just-
as hell. 68-year-old grandma arrested after killing and eating 14 people. Yeah. Fuck yeah. 68 years old and
She's
still
an
has the balls to
overachiever.
take a nigga out
What are
and
you
fucking
gonna
kill
do?
him. So at your house,
We'd stayed up all night.
it was
The fucked up thing is we weren't even drinking or anything.
No, we
not
weren't.
at all.
That was one of the few times we were all sober together.
And that was back when we're fucking used to staying up fucking 24 or 48 hours at a time.
Yeah.
It was almost trance-like. I remember telling you that your mom's house was haunted and you didn't want to believe me. So we go
That Jimmy's mom's house was
Mhm.
haunted?
Yeah.
Okay.
at the house
Which
on Military.
one? The one on Military?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's high school, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right out of high school.
No,
No.
we were still in high
We were
school.
still in
back
high
then.
school?
Nobody had graduated to that point.
Sophomore, juniors.
You were a junior.
I told you that there's a
I was
killer,
not a junior.
or that there's someone in your neighborhood. I wasn't sure what the fuck, whether they're a pedo or a fucking a child killer or what, dude. But you know,
was this in the backyard?
this was in the house.
This was he was saying all this while we were still in the house.
And you didn't want to believe me, and we had walked around the house, and we're fucking smoking cigarettes and doing like teenagers do at fucking 4 in the
All
morning,
emo and
5
shit.
in the goddamn morning and shit. Yeah.
Oh God.
And I'm telling you that I fucking feel it, and nobody wants to believe me. Now I point to the grass, and when I'm pointing to the grass,
No.
we see footsteps.
That was after the fact.
That was after we were talking about the kids.
We were talking about the kids.
said
we
they were
went
the
back,
kid.
We went back
Okay.
and sat inside, and I could see like a figure of something through the fish tank looking into the hallway, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I saw like it looked like a kid's face, and it freaked me out for whatever reason. And I remember looking up at the two of you. I was like, "It's gonna start fucking with me." And y'all were like, "Oh, what the fuck ever," and I'm just laying there, and I close my eyes, and I tell Jimmy to stop fucking with me, because I felt that.
No,
felt
I
somebody
remember that because I was
poking
told,
me in the eye, and
I
I was
told
like,
Money and Kevin that they was fucking with you.
and I was just like, "Fucking quit, dude!" And then I opened my
And you could
eyes,
see
and
his eyes
nobody's
twitching.
fucking there, and y'all could see my eye twitching.
That's
like,
when Kevin went to bed.
then Kevin
Right.
he noped the fuck out of that. He was like, "Deuces."
And this motherfucker took off because he was pissed off because he thought we were fucking with him.
No, the smoke happened beforehand.
No, the
No,
smoke was
that's
after
when
that.
he was
The
asleep,
that
dude.
that happened first,
'Cause
and
he
then
thought we
after
were
that, I
fucking
go
with him.
outside because I'm freaked the fuck out,
That's when we're going to the backyard.
and
that's,
then we end up going to the backyard.
He
After
was all fucking red faced and he had scratches on his back.
no, that's when he came back in the car.
No, dude, we're
That's when you
outside
left
the
in the
whole-
car.
We're
Or
never
not.
gonna get this whole story.
That's when he came back in
a
the
lot
car.
of shit happened, and it's fucking almost 20 years later.
We're outside.
Because that happened. You were talking about the kid. Yes, I do. Okay, you were talking about the kid. We went out in the backyard, and that's when you started talking about the pedophile, and you're like, that's when the kid. You said there's a kid walking up. Robert pointing out the grass.
And you see the little
Footsteps.
depressions. Like
Then you're like-
he hadn't cut the grass, and I remember that because Dawn was pissed off that he hadn't cut the grass that weekend.
Then
And you see grass just go down, and it made its way off to the corner and just sat down. And we were just sitting there watching it, and it was the
I was saying
Grass, bitch.
I said it was something else. I thought it was something else.
Money kept on telling me I was full of shit.
Yeah,
he kept telling both of us we were foolish.
yeah,
And I told him that the dude was right next to him. He's watching you.
yeah.
He didn't
He
want
said
to
he
believe
said the guy was next to me.
He didn't want to believe me. And I took a fucking long ass hit of my squirt and I fucking blew it, and you seen a fucking face. Like it blew around
Just
someone's
right
head.
there. It was
He
old,
saw it, and
It-
Ashley saw it, and they both freaked the fuck out.
It was an old man, and that's where Ashley left.
And then I was like, the little kid's about to get up. And he was just like, what? And we look over, and that grass lifts back up. And just,
Goes into my house.
yeah. And then I was like, well, fuck, let's go back inside. So we go back inside. I'm like, I guarantee you it's in your room right now. Kevin's asleep on the bed. How he passed out that quick, I don't fucking know. But we walk into the room. The TV's on because the TV's always fucking on because they never turn the goddamn thing off. And
24 hours a day.
yeah,
Oh.
it was ridiculous. So it was casting light. It was in the back corner. It was casting light like through the bunk beds because Kevin had moved it out like that for some fucking reason. It was so retarded. Does he? And we're looking down at him, and you look at the floor, and there's a shadow being cast, looking over Kev.
Oh, fun.
And like,
Now, was this the kid or was this the old man?
I would assume it was the kid because if like just looking from a light perspective, it looked like it would have to be smaller, and it was casting a shadow, but the shadow was longer because it was the kid. That's what I got. I don't know. It freaked me the fuck out.
So
That's
what
when
happened
that's
with
when
the
you left.
scratches?
Right after
That's
that.
whenever I left, and I was just like, I can't fucking deal with this shit.
Yeah,
anymore.
Well,
That's-
dude gotten pissed off, dude, because he was going to sleep and he thought that we were fucking.
I thought they were fucking with me. Like
He
I
woke
knew
up-
there was some weird shit going on, but I thought that particular thing they were fucking with me, so I got fucking irritated.
Just in
and
case, I'm gonna go
left.
ahead and close these windows.
Okay.
I don't believe in stuff.
So I
Fuck you.
leave.
Doesn't
You
mean I
left
can't
about-
get scared.
5 minutes.
Bobby
No,
wakes up
that's
man.
not true. It was like 20, 30 minutes.
Bobby wakes
Because
up
I
around
ended up
10.
all the way down close to Lawson off of fucking Davis.
Okay, I didn't know where you go because
I just took the fuck off. I was just like, I can't fucking do this. I can't.
because
fucking
you
do this.
pulled the
I
fast
took
back at
the
my
fuck
house.
off, and I'm going down Davis, and it sounded like there was something in my trunk, just like. And
'Cause
I
he-
thought somebody had gotten in the trunk and somebody was fucking with me.
He was
So
pissed,
I
he was
stopped.
he was pissed off because of all this shit.
I thought y'all were fucking with me, and I opened the trunk. There's nothing fucking in there, and I sit back down and I lean back in the seat, and my back starts like not itching. It was like a burn. You know how like whenever
Like
you
some-
scratch your
Yeah,
skin.
Yeah,
you know
like
those hot needles you get in your back whenever you feel really, really hot?
Yeah, that's what it felt like, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, oh, what the fuck? So I'm just like, oh, fuck it. I need to get some sleep, so I go back to Jimmy's house because Grandpa was not letting me in the fucking house at that time. And I get back there, and I get in the fucking bathroom, and I pull my shirt up, and there's fucking scratch marks all over my back. Like, and it's not like little lines. It looks like somebody took and just went all the way down my fucking back.
That's
and I
right.
showed them, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I'm freaking out about fucking everything. I called the chick I was with at the time because for some reason I was being like, I had this idea that something was wrong with her.
yeah, and
That's
that's
when
when
she's fucking someone else.
that's what happened because you went in my sister's room to use her phone, and then all of a sudden we hear boom on the wall, and we were like, I thought you slammed something, and how the fuck did Stacy stay asleep through this whole damn thing?
No, well, let's Stacey.
Anyways, we thought you threw something. I think. Did we-
K-Dog had a problem with hanging out with me for a while there. Yeah, he didn't like hanging out with me because he felt like shit always happened. But yeah, I figured, nigga, we can get fucked up, son. That's what's up. That's what we're doing. But
But I remember hearing that. What else happened that night? There's other shit.
that was mostly it. I mean, mostly
I
other than a little bullshit, but it's nothing.
I had to piece together most of the shit that happened that night because
Yeah, there's
it's
a
like
lot-
I see it in clips now. I remember it so vividly whenever we were younger, but as I've gotten older,
Because
it's
there's
just
a
kind of like
lot of stuff that happened.
It's just like my pentagram, and fucking that shit scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't sleep in my room for weeks after that shit.
Was that you the arm or you the arm?
It was my room.
it was his room.
I know it was his
my
room.
It
arm.
was my pentagram.
It's my arm.
Okay.
I still got the fucking one
Okay.
Wait,
left.
what?
Have you
Yeah.
not heard that story?
No.
I'd take lamb wool, right, and I'd fucking draw all over my walls with it. You know what lamb wool is?
Yeah.
All right. So when you put it under a black light, it glows. And I had a fucking
Yeah, the
whatchamacallit,
poster
a
board
poster board that I'd fucking put lamb wool on, and I'd fucking done it in black.
in the
Looked
pentagram.
fucking dope, dude. That shit was
No,
cool.
yeah, it was cool as fuck.
That shit was awesome. And this motherfucker wakes up. Well, I wake up to this motherfucker shaking and crying.
And not
shit.
like
Which motherfucker?
me.
Bobby,
Okay.
Wake up to him fucking shaking and crying and shit. And all
Like
my
I was
shit's-
trying not to wake him up, but I was shaking so violently that it woke him up. And
Yeah.
he doesn't wake up easily. I
All
don't
my
know if you
shit's
know.
turned around.
I can
Like-
attest to that. I wake him up in the morning.
That's not
Or
that
try
hard.
to.
Fuck you. When I was younger, I woke up in a fucking heartbeat.
The way that I remember
At that time, I was a really light fucking sleeper.
I was sort of a masochist, and you can see that I used to burn myself with the fucking lighters and shit just because I wanted to feel something or whatever. But I had them like all like in a zigzag pattern going down my arm. Y'all remember? And I was just laying there one night, and I look up, and that fucking thing's glowing, and it's a pentagram. It's like got the goat head in it, and the whole fucking 9 yards. And
It's nice.
I just assumed that he left the blacklight on because we would get fucked up every night, and shit would get left on. So I wasn't freaking out about it, but nothing else was glowing. And I look around, and I don't see any light in the fucking room. He had one of those big.
At this
console
time,
stereos.
if anyone's wondering why we're sleeping in the same fucking bed, dude, we're in high school. Fuck you guys. Like, he had,
the three of us grew up
living
like
together.
brothers.
Fuck y'all.
Essentially, there was nothing
Yeah.
untoward about it.
That happened years later.
We slept 60
Yeah.
style.
Naked, but
Crotch to
whatever.
face.
Whatever.
Crotch to face.
No, ass to face.
Usually.
Nom 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 nom.
It was a little bit squirrelier.
Ugh.
But he had one of those giant. You remember those giant console stereos that, if they had the time on it, it lit up the entire fucking room
Yeah,
because
so you
they just didn't know how
Black
to
that
dim it
shit
at the
out
time.
or fucking cover it up.
So he
Electrical tape.
had one of those, and he didn't have the tape on it for whatever reason. And I remember going to sleep, and it was just bright as fuck. So I was like, okay, what the fuck? And I look over where that's supposed to be from where I'm laying in the bed, and I can't fucking see it. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I look back up, and that thing's still glowing, and it looks like it's moving. And I start freaking the fuck out because I don't want to fucking see this shit. And I think I'm hallucinating. I think I'm sleeping, whatever the fuck. And I see like this. I guess it was a hand. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it looks all like decrepit and had like long fingernails. And it starts like coming out of the pentagram, reaching down towards me. And I go like this to like stop it from getting me.
Putting
And
your
I-
hand up.
Putting my hand up, sorry. Yes, thank you for making me realize that I'm on a goddamn podcast.
He held Hitler for a second.
Just for a second. And it grabbed my arm, and I felt it burn. And it went like that, just pulling down towards my hand from the top of my forearm all the way down. And it was right there. So you still see that one scar. Goes like that, I pass the fuck out. I think I passed the fuck out. Whenever I come to or whatever, I'm violently shaking and crying, not remembering exactly why. I remember what happens, but I don't remember from that point to the point that I'm shaking, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I look over, everything that should be lit up is turned the fuck around. Every single
And
bit
my
of
TV was big as fuck, and it was turned around. And I was like, what the fuck are you fucking with my shit for? And then I realized, all right, well, this motherfucker's crying. Let's see what's going on. And
what's he being a bitch about?
I was like, what the fuck's going on, dude? And I see his arm. And his arm was actually really fucking bad. It wasn't really like scratch marks. It was like burns.
It looked like
burn
whenever
marks
you get a
down.
sunburn, it was like
Yeah.
that kind
Yeah.
of red. And
And
he
that
saw it whenever
motherfucker
he came
was
over later in the day.
shaking
And
like
it
a
just
bitch.
like,
We held each other. All right, this is really gay. We held each other while we were crying way more than most dudes probably ever should have. But we had fucked up pasts. Fuck you.
No, I'm
It's
not.
like-
I'm laughing because
Because
you're making me
I've had
laugh, not because-
fucked up
No homo.
one
a little bit of homo.
memory in my fucking life. I had like one of the most violent fucking nightmares I ever had. The only person that was there was Bobby. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't even there. And
Well, it was in the middle of the day. We were skipping school. In all
Well,
fairness,
y'all fucking
Yeah.
couldn't. I never went to school for.
yes, you
I
did.
just decided not to go to school.
There was that one
day.
time you were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go home and drink some vodka." You coming? And we were in first
That
period,
was
and you just
different.
walked smooth the fuck
That
out.
day,
and that
I
was the day
decided-
you got brought back
yeah.
by the cops. By the way,
That day, I decided not to go to school. And
Anyway.
I had a fucked up nightmare, and I remember fucking shaking and shit. And fucking Bobby was one of the only people that were there to fucking
Hold you
fuck you, bitch.
tenderly.
Did you let him be the big spoon that time?
actually,
He was-
yes, he did, because it was one of those moments where he like came down,
I'd never
and
Been
I had
like
to
that.
go over the top. So
I've
yes,
never
I actually was
been
the
like
big
that
spoon
in
in
my
that
life.
situation,
ever. It was a nightmare about me killing my dad.
and he was
And it
freaking
was
the fuck
so
out.
fucking vivid that it felt real.
And he was like crying them fucking giant ass tears, and that was the only time I ever saw
Nobody's
you
ever
cry
fucking
like
seen
that.
me cry. Like, that's fucking
You
insane.
can't cry.
It's hard. It's really hard. But anywho, Fuck you, pussies. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloweenies!
Happy Halloween.
Yeah,
And,
it's a ghost.
And